man, you're making me study here too?
We stole rolls from these guys. They were gonna eat it most likely, but they're dead now, so I don't think that they'll be needing that anytime soon. Lloyd the Vicious. Lloyd the Vicious. So I know that there's actually a little side quest that we could do. Like I said, we're sidetracking by quite a bit, but it's kind of fun, you know? Doing this every now and then. The cook says, "Gah, it's so busy!" Okay, maybe I shouldn't have skipped that. I don't know why I was just clicking X. The last test I took was a disaster. Well, we've all felt like that. Like, regardless of whether or not we're an honor student or a high honor student, we've all had those moments when we just didn't do as well on a test as we would have hoped. So, wait, what? Today's recommendation, today is just no good? What? No, it didn't say that when I first read it. Yeah, it changes. Today's recommendation, everything. Well, too bad, because I can't eat everything, you know? I'm that one guy that when I'm really hungry, man, I am really hungry. So when I go to a buffet and I'm feeling that hungry, I fill my plate with so much food. And if we're talking about a Chinese buffet here, I fill it with such a variety of food to the point where people are probably like, wow, that's a strange combination of food. And I remember one time when I went to a Chinese restaurant, we were with our friends, right?
There's no way anyone would sell those to you at a price that low.
I can't even finish my story. But yeah, I got a bunch of food, and then one of the parents of my friends was all like, look, son, it looks like he's got a mountain on his plate. But yeah, that's not so important right now.
You should be thankful that we're even willing to spend money for goods from a rundown shack like this.
I don't need to hear that from a bunch of filthy designs. I'm not going to sell one single gel to the likes of you.
Man, my goodness, like what I was saying, the people here in Palmacosta are so courageous, so bold,
Mom,
and it's because they've got a strong leader.
Grandma away.
You've got some nerve talking to us like that, little girl. You keep that up, and we can't guarantee what'll happen to you or the city.
Just try it. As long as Governor General Dorr is around, we'll never submit to the likes of you.
Yet another feisty young lady.
Stop. We'll exceed our quota for this year. We need permission from Lord Magnus to go any further. Depending on Lord Magnus's mood, you might or might not get to keep that pretty little head of yours.
These designs, just like the designs back at Isalia,
Well then,
are trash.
Now, Mom.
Take care. I apologize for what happened. I'm sure you were startled.
I would have been pretty
Please,
startled too.
Relax.
I really
and
would
take
have.
a look around.
Maybe we can buy some Palma potion here. Let's go ahead and see. Welcome to the item shop. Marbles. Marbles, huh? Just like what's it called? The name of Genus and Lloyd's friend. You guys remember Marble, right? What happened to her? So here we've got the Palma potion. So that's bad actually, because well, it's good, but it's bad that I don't have enough money for it. My goodness. After all the No. Like I said, we're not gonna bring a negative vibe here onto the stream. But what we can do is most likely just sell some things that we no longer need anymore. Like, think about it. The wooden blades, we don't use those anymore. The Mumei, as cool as that was, I don't think we're going back to that anymore. But just in case, I think that the Mumei, we might be able to upgrade that, because I mean, it's just a step below the rapier, so there's that small chance we might be able to upgrade it. But with the wooden blade and the Knight Saber, we can sell those. So bye Knight Saber. It's more the wooden blade that I'm on the edge of selling, because like not to be too materialistic or anything, but we started out with these wooden blades. In a sense, Lloyd, these are his iconic blades, at least for the beginning portion of the game. But you know what? It's good to learn how to let go of things every now and then. It's healthy to learn how to let go of things so that you don't become too materialistic. And this cheap rod, yeah, for 400, we don't need that. Now that she's got the gem rod, like from a rod to a gem rod. goodness. What a jump. What a jump. Man, we're already at more gold than we were after fighting all of those enemies within Ulsa Trail. If I had remembered that I could just sell these armor and these weapons that we're not using, man, but it's okay. I'm just thankful that now we can buy the Palma potion, even though it does take away 1,000 gold. 1,000 of our gold, oh my goodness. I wonder what the equivalent of gold is in the real world. Here. Handed over the Palma potion, handed over 1,000 gold. Alright then, looks like you're good little boys and girls after all. Just make sure you learn your lesson and don't mess with us again. Yes, I'll be careful. Come on, we're leaving. I have to say, that Governor General Door sure was trusting. It's hard to believe he just gave us his family treasure like that. That's not something you say out loud, girl. So what are you going to do with that anyway? You're an idiot. We don't have any use for that thing. We're just going to sell it to that geezer on Hakanasia Peak who collects old junk. Now let's go. Our question to Lloyd and his party. Question, I'm raising my hand here. Are you guys not going to question them about that conversation they just had? They just said something about Governor General Door. Do you think they might have been? Indeed. One would presume that they're the imposters. How can you sound so relaxed about this? Why didn't you say something earlier? I thought you were simply giving them some rope so you could follow them and reel them in later. Was that not why you let them go? What? Yeah, of course. Yep, that's the plan. I guess I was wrong. So it would seem. What? Those people were... Sheesh, you're so stupid, Lloyd. It's not like you realized either. I wonder where they went. They mentioned Hakanasia Peak. Come on, after them. Hakanasia. Every time that name appears in this game, I was never sure how to pronounce that at first, you know? So, I will admit, as embarrassing as it is to admit, Lloyd and I were kind of thinking the exact same thing. It's like, why didn't you stop them, Kratos? If you had known that they were the imposters, it would have been nice if you had stepped into the conversation, but Kratos had a better idea, letting them go and then reeling them in later. Those guys really tick me off. You mean the imposters, right? I know, I'm really mad too. Right? Colette's the one trying to save the world. Huh? Doesn't it make you mad, Colette? Well, I think if there are lots of Chosens, the odds of the world's being saved go up. That would be a good thing. Huh. Colette is the chosen, right? She is the chosen to regenerate the world, but at the same time, there are still a lot of things about her title that she just doesn't seem to understand. But you know what? That's okay. We still love you, Colette. We still love you because you're such a kind-hearted young woman. So let's take a look at some of the enemies that we've got going on here. Ooh, so we've got the archer, but now we've also got this, just a soldier, but nothing fancy, so we know that he's not too difficult to fight. He's got around 2,500 HP, so that's not too bad. Oh, and I forgot to switch out, what's it called? Colette for Genis. I want Genis back on our party. Colette really is a great fighter. She also does have some magic abilities, but she focuses more on physical attacks. A lot of her moves are also affect the status of, I believe, both your party members and the enemies, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I want to bring Genis back into the fold. We got a roll from that. We stole rolls from these guys. They were gonna eat it most likely, but they're dead now, so I don't think that they'll be needing that anytime soon. Lloyd the Vicious. Lloyd the Vicious. We've got that remember that caravan that we saw near Iselia? It looks like it's the exact same one. Yeah, Nova's caravan. Perfect. Let's see how these fine folks are doing. Huh? I thought we met them before. Who are you? Who are you? Oh my, we don't get visitors very often. May I help you? No, we were just passing by. Are you in the middle of a pilgrimage? We are traveling while studying the animals of the world. I'm a zoologist. Really? That's a weird thing to do in these dangerous times. Smack! That's what you get, Lloyd, for being so inconsiderate with your words. Traveling the world in pursuit of knowledge, that's wonderful. I just like seeing all sorts of rare animals. We even saw a giant glowing bird. Glowing bird? That may have been Aska, the summoned spirit of light. Really? That bird is a summoned spirit? I see. That would explain why it's a species I've never seen before. Say, tell us about the time you saw it. The information might come in handy, and besides, I want to hear the story. In that case, I think it would be better to ask my children. I actually didn't get a good look at the bird. Okay, I'll try asking them. So it could have been apparently Aska, the summoned spirit of light? You know, on that day, I picked nuts from the tree. And it makes a pretty sound. Could we see it? So this is a linkite nut. It really does make a pretty sound. I'll give that one to you. I have some more. Thank you very much. Nice, so we got a linkite nut now, or a linkite nut. We don't need it right now, but most likely later on down the road we could find some use for it. Say, tell us in detail about the time you saw the glowing bird. It was on the Osa Trail. Hey, that's where we just were. We were camping out near the peak and that glowing bird appeared. Osa Trail. Also, the wind was strong that day. A tree nearby played a mysterious melody and its nuts shook in the wind. It was like a beautiful song. Tree nuts playing a mysterious melody? What the heck is that? That's probably the linkite tree that is said to grow in high places. It said that when the nuts shake in the wind, they make a beautiful sound like bells. I didn't know there was a tree like that. But doesn't that mean we can't meet Aska if we just go to the Osa Trail? No, the tree isn't there anymore. Either someone cut it down and took it away, or it was carried away in a landslide or something. Yeah, we didn't see any tree like that when we went there before. That stump we saw near the peak might have been it. We've traveled all over the world, but we've yet to see that tree again. That tree is thought to be extinct from overharvesting and natural disasters. I don't think it will be easy to find. It's interesting. More interesting details, more interesting finds. Oh, you're Sarah. Thanks again. Lloyd, do you know her? She helped us out when it was just the two of us. Oh my. Thank you so much for looking after these children. It was my pleasure. Sarah, there's something we'd like to ask you. If you know anything about the glowing bird, we'd like you to tell us. I imagine that bird can only be found among steep, impregnable mountains, ones you could never reach by foot. Why do you think that? Because we've been everywhere that one can walk to. If you could find it in one of those places, I think it would have already been encountered. I see. I'll sum up the situation in which they encountered the glowing bird. First, they encountered it on Osa Trail. This indicates that the glowing bird only appears in high places. Next, a linkite tree made a beautiful sound, as if the nuts were producing a melody. Finally, on that day, there was a strong wind, and the sound of the linkite nuts was carried a long distance by the wind. I think that about sums it up. They said that after traveling around the world, they went back to the Osa Trail again, but the linkite tree was gone. And they've yet to find another linkite tree on any of their journeys. At least, there weren't any they could get to by foot. Which means in order to meet Aska, we need to search for a linkite tree in a place you can't get to on foot. That sounds impossible. Yes, well, we don't need to accomplish it immediately. And even if we did find a linkite tree, it wouldn't do us any good if it was dead. The sound was to be carried on the wind, and playing a melody sounds difficult too. Couldn't you do something about a dead tree with your healing arts? My power alone wouldn't be enough. In order to heal something that's already dead, I need something that could strengthen my skills. Something that could call forth the linkite's tree will to live. Something like an X-sphere, or even just a small fragment of one. Also, if it's dead, that means the ground there is weak. We need to replenish the earth and make it nourishing again. That's the only one I can think of who might have a spare X-sphere. Although if there are any other dwarves around, they might have one too. There's nothing we can do. let's give up on Asuka. Fascinating. Whoa! I see now. That's impressive the way you found the rules of how it works. But all we've learned is that meeting Asuka is hard. Well, I suppose so. I've gone ahead and made note of the information you've assembled. Feel free to talk to me anytime you would like to hear it. Okay. Well, that was nice of him. He was kind of eavesdropping, but still, that was nice of him. Let's listen a little more to what they have to say. Wait, were we not done? Nothing. We did speak to them about everything that we wanted to know. So I don't know why we can't leave. Okay, now we can leave. That was weird. Guess we just had to talk to the man of the family. Before we go, I think that we may as well see what other enemies are here. Oh, have we run into this before? I don't think we've run into these giant beetles before. Basically giant ladybugs specifically, but yeah, giant beetles. So let's just kill these guys. Unfortunately, their weakness is ice. No, Genus does have icicles. Yo, Genus, cast that icicle, boy. Cast that icicle, Genus boy. While I go ahead and Sonic. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, that was rude. While I go ahead and Sonic thrust this giant beetle. Or you could completely go against my command and use Aqua Edge too. That's perfectly fine as well. So cool. So far, the only new enemies that we've run into are the giant beetles, as well as that soldier, as you guys would remember. We ran into that soldier. Don't forget him. I know that he doesn't want to be forgotten. No one wants to be forgotten now, ladies and gentlemen. More giant beetles, nothing too fascinating. But you know what? It's about time that we jumped back into the level grinding, you know? Like I said, it's crazy. Whenever I play Tales of Symphonia, or rather I should say, whenever we play Tales of Symphonia here on the channel, man, time just rolls by so quickly, my goodness. This game, you'd think that by now this game would have aged, but no, it's still so much fun. As I've said, it's still got that certain charm that makes a person want to come back to it over and over again. But yes, anyway, what I was just saying is that we're back on the level grinding scene. So I will be right back. Whoa, and now from 2 giant beetles, we are moving up to 4. We are moving up in the world, guys. But anyway, what I wanted to say something. I'm really liking the Masamune that we upgraded to, remember? It's doing really well. Lloyd's attacks are, of course, more powerful. It's a little bit hard to tell the difference at first, but it's just being able to have that confidence that with new weapons, of course, comes greater stats, and that ultimately it will help you a ton when fighting both new and old enemies and familiar enemies alike. But anyway, you know, just thinking about it, just traveling around the world like this, it's really exciting. It must be really exciting going on a journey like this, you know? Traveling across the world, seeing all different kinds of things. Like before, we were in the Osa Trail, that it was a very mountainous region. We were in the desert of Triet earlier. Now we find ourselves in the Palmacosta region, which is a bit more, I don't want to say, it's not industrialized. No. It's not industrialized. It's bustling. It's very busy and bustling, you know what I mean? And then there we go. Awesome. Lloyd and Genus have leveled up. Perfect. So I will go ahead and say that this would be a good place to stop the episode. These episodes get longer and longer each time, so I'm not even sure what future me is doing about editing these things in order to make them shorter, or if he's doing anything at all to make them shorter. But anyway, thank you guys once again for stopping by. I'm really enjoying this series, as you guys can tell. I really love this game, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this game as much as I am. I know it's watching is not the same as playing, but still. Anyway, thank you guys again for stopping by. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to hit like and hit that subscribe button as well if you'd like to see more of ShdwjGaming here on YouTube. Also, we are currently playing Tales of Zestiria live on Twitch. We're doing a playthrough of it. It's a blind playthrough, by the way. And if you'd like to go ahead and be notified of when that goes live, be sure to head over to twitch.tv/ShdwjGaming. Again, that is twitch.tv/ShdwjGaming, so that you can be hit that follow button and then be notified of when we go live over there. So, What a way to conclude the episode by Rain learning a great move called Sharpness, which increases attack power. As you can see, Kratos' attack power was increased. So anyway, thank you guys once again. I will see you guys in the next episode of Tales of Symphonia. But until then, take care.